Okay, let us look now at how we convert fractions to decimals. And then we can look at the end whether they're terminating or recurring decimals. So I've got some examples here. To convert 1/5 to a decimal, what we do when we can convert a fraction to a decimal is we put the denominator and then the numerator. So we divide the numerator by the denominator. So if I say, how many 5 times does 5 go into 1? The answer is 0, carry the 1. How many times does 5 go into 10? It's 2 and 2 exactly, and then my decimal point moves up, so it's 0.2. Just going over what we've done in the previous lesson and video, 0.2, that is a terminating decimal. In other words, it ends, it terminates. With this next example, we've got 4 and 5 over 12. I'm going to first of all change that to an improper fraction. So 12 fours are 48, 48 plus 5 is 53. So it's 53 divided by 12. So I do my denominator and my numerator. I'm not sure how many zeros I need, I'll just put a few there. I say, how many times does 12 go into 5? It doesn't. Carry over the 5. 12 into 53 is 4, which is 48. There's 5 left over. 12 into 50 is 4, 48, 2 left over. 12 into 20 is 1. There is 8 left over. 12 into 80, 6 is 72. There is 8 left over. 12 into 80, 6, which is 72. There is 8 left over. 12 into 80, 6 is 72. You can see that that 6 is going to continue. It's going to recur. So we put our decimal point there. So the answer is 4.41, and it's the 6 that recurs. So I put the dot above the recurring bit. So in other words, a recurring decimal. -5 over 8. So I will put my 8 there, my denominator and my numerator, put my zeros down, not sure how many, so I'll just put a few. 8 into 5 doesn't go, 5 left over. 8 into 50, 6 8s are 48, so 2 left over. 8 into 20 is 2, which is 16, and 4 left over. 8 into 40 is 5 exactly. Transfer my decimal point up, so it's 0.625, and then I must remember there's a negative out the front, so it's a negative here, and this decimal ends, so it is terminating. The last one, 2 divided by 3, put my 3 and my 2 there. Say, how many 3's in 2? 0, carry my 2. 3's in 20 is 6. Which is 18, there is 2 left over. 3's in 26, there is 2 left over. 3's in 26 is 2 left over. So you can see that 6 is recurring. Transfer my decimal point up. So this is 0.6, and put my dot over the 6. The 6 is the only thing that's recurring, so that is a recurring decimal. So we've covered two things here, how to convert a fraction to a decimal. So we're putting our numerator on the outside, putting out denominator on the outside, the numerator on the inside, and we're dividing the numerator by the denominator. So that's the first step. One thing we had to do differently here is we changed that to an improper fraction first. The other slight trick is just treat this one the same and just remember the negative to include the negative in the answer. We did one little extra step here, just revising something we've done previously. What is a terminating and what is a recurring decimal? So that's a summary of how to change a fraction to a decimal.